Welcome back to the program. Talk Time this morning. We'll be taking a look at the business viability of the Nollywood industry. That industry is set to be one of the most viable, well, I don't know if it's still, but used to be one of the most viable sector of the Nigerian economy, raking in millions of naira and dollars, making it one of the contributors to the gross domestic product of Nigeria. Joining us the conversation this morning, he's our senior colleague in the industry. He's a friend of the house. Many times we call on him. He's always here with us. Join us this morning as we welcome Mr. Biodun Kupoluyi, entertainment journalist. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Can you quickly just what I said earlier? Is Nollywood still as viable as it used to be?
Oh, that's a multi-million-dollar question. As Nollywood is what itself, it is viable. You know, we have a balance in Nigeria. Those who know the way know the way. Some people are making money from Nollywood. You know, Nollywood has gone beyond what we see. It has gone beyond the usual DVD, cassettes and whatever. It has gone digital.
Right.
Because it has gone digital, it makes it a money spinner. It makes it a money spinner, The only thing I feel why we are not thinking that, or many people think it's no longer viable is because we've not seen pronounced government intervention. Though some state governments are trying, like Lagos State. Recently, Lagos State gave practitioners of the industry millions of naira, to activate, their projects, and I know a couple of them actually got the money. It's a zero interest loan to Nollywood practitioners, which is quite commendable. Imagine if we have trickles of that in other states. You know what that means. That means a lot. That means most of the practitioners will be empowered. And then there's also signals to the fact that some of them have even gone beyond patronizing government. They have taken the bull by the horn, and then they are trying to push themselves, to the public or to their audience, and there are also what we call streaming. There are strings, different
modes,
areas you can look at that Nollywood can make money and not the usual again. You can see what is happening on Netflix. Imagine Netflix engaging the likes of Kupoluyi and others, to produce films, and you can see what Femi Adebayo also did with his film, which netted over 200 and something million naira in a week, which is its latest film,
Something of Thieves.
Something King of Thieves, Yeah, I'm yet to watch that film. I think I'm indebted to him.
But I hear there's an amazing,
yes. So those are pointers to the fact that the industry is doing well, and of course, what the Bank of Industry also did for the industry too, by giving some of them loans, So the industry is doing well. But what I feel, we have not been able to feel the impact is because of the fact that we don't have enough cinemas. As a result, people are not going out. Your people don't get cinema about Viva, but we should have cinemas in local governments, in communities,
right. So that drive the kind of,
and that will encourage the practitioners to do more, and then more things will be there, and then there'll be more money. There are other things they can do anyway. Maybe as time goes on, we talk about them, which has to do with endorsements, which a lot of them are getting from. So interestingly, some of them are even getting endorsement from not even the industry alone, but because of their face that's in the public, then you got it.
All right, so speaking about, you said there are not enough cinemas across, and we have over 100 million internet users now. So what exactly do you think is the possibility of the streaming platforms? You've said other streams of income. What exactly are the endless possibilities there? Because we see a lot of our actors and producers are now partnering with international movie-making organizations.
Yes, you're right. Just last week, I'm right, last week, I think I got the message from Jim Mike, to cover his latest film, the meeting, which has been taken over by Amazon.
Oh.
I think I was also privileged to be among the journalists that covered the coming of Amazon into Nigeria film industry. That event was actually, initiated by U.S. Embassy. And I talked to some Amazon's officials, and they were quite excited about the fact that they are coming to Nigeria. They know it's a huge market. Nigeria is a huge market for them. So that is one. Netflix is there. And mind you, a lot of Nollywood practitioners have also started their own streaming platforms. They are on YouTube, huge on YouTube. And then of course some of them have also partnered with marketers of old, traditional marketers. And those were traditional marketers that thought digital platform will not work. They have keyed into that industry, and of course that is working now. So there are enormous opportunities with the streaming, lines.
the use of apps.
Yes.
Let's quickly, because time is not our friend this morning, but we do know that most times when we put attention on a particular thing, sometimes we tend to mess it up. Coach. And now everybody wants to put their movies into the cinemas. How do we ensure standard is maintained? Because that is another thing that we know the industry for. Sometimes people just rush into productions and they are not at par with what we should be saying standard-wise. So how do you fear that could also be a problem as more people embrace taking their pictures to the cinemas?
Yeah, I have that fears. I remember, my interaction with Tunde. He always said everybody can be a filmmaker, but can everybody's film make the cinema? Can everybody's film be a box office hit? Okay. That's the issue. So let everybody make the film. Let's open the industry. The more, the merrier. But like you said, standard. We have a census board there. Yeah. That's the agency that is controlling, the quality of everybody's film. It must go there first before it gets to the cinema. You just don't release and put it out there. There must be, and of course, the audience. I tell you, the audience is a bigger censor of 4 films.
And word of mouth. There's a way word of mouth.
You go in there in the cinema and the film is no, you come out, then everybody go, film your dad.
Even some movies on the streaming platforms have gotten a lot of backlash. Saying, you just have a lot of celebrities, but no content.
The censorship is no problem. Do something that is not good, and then you see where you are. Is that good, bad, or ugly?
Right.
And, you find yourself in a financial mess, so you won't do that again.
In terms of job, okay, go ahead. Job creation.
Yeah.
Many have also said that if you were to look at the worth of Nollywood in Nigeria, you'd need to talk about the fact that the industry is able to create jobs for millions of people, because it's a sector that embraces a whole lot of people who hands-on. Yeah. And so are we tapping into the huge potentials in the industry at ensuring that many jobs are created?
A lot. My sister, you need to visit a movie location. I'm telling you, from the caterer, carpenter, I'm not talking about the core filmmakers.
Okay.
You see a lot. Carpenter, painter, sweeper, the lighting man, there are quite a number of them that are involved, in making a film. Imagine you want to make this scene alone, about 10, 12 people will be involved. So the industry actually creates jobs. I don't know if you have been to Kupoluyi or his cab off.
Okay,
you need to go there, and then you see the potentials. You can, or you visit someone like Bola of St. Peter's Terra Culture, and see what they're doing there. I think recently Kupoluyi and Tunde, they are collaborating on training young people or people who are interested in filmmaking.
Okay.
So there are quite a number of potentials. Look at what these boys are doing from Ikorodu, the Ikorodu boys,
Ikorodu
that are
boys.
getting the attention of Steve Harvey and all the rest in America. So there are a lot. The only thing is, have to know how to master the game. If you know how to master it, you get to the top.
Okay, now speaking about mastering it, we see, when you see the end credits of foreign movies, you see how long it takes, 5-10 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, in line with what you have said earlier, how much credit are we giving these individuals in these roles that are not so obvious?
I can see you're laughing because do you want to write Carpenter's name on the end credits?
I tell you,
on
it deserves
foreign
its
movies,
credit.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
It deserves its credit.
It does.
But you see, the point is this, did you ask for it?
Well, the question
Do
is,
they
do
need
they
to
need to be
ask?
asked?
No, they don't need to, but they should start asking for it.
Because it's part of the standards we're talking
Yeah,
about.
you should ask for it. Look at this beautiful set now. A lot of people were involved.
Right.
From the guy who actually make a graphic design,
The
to the
set
guy who printed this out, to the guy who knocked with nails and whatever to put this together, the guy who conceived the idea.
Right.
A lot of people are involved. Then we now want to talk about, the actors, that are on the set. So a lot of people need to start asking for credit.
Okay,
I remember when I started my YouTube channel, my cameraman and the editor.
No, you've actually woken up the face of my cameraman this morning. Everybody will start demanding for their end.
They should get their rights.
Okay. As a wrap up this morning, I want to take you back to something you said earlier, where you again said the industry needs government intervention.
Yeah.
We've always said that government only needs to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive and not necessarily be in the eyes of the business. So for Nollywood, what kind of government intervention would it require?
Thank you. Now, a Nollywood practitioner cannot just wake up and say he wants a piece of land. You need to give them a piece of land to build their film village.
Okay.
You need to give them constant electricity supply. Even in America, they still give Nollywood filmmakers funds. Government probably, pass it through, some foundations and whatever, So we need government intervention. This morning, I've been called in the office, Oga, Epo Titan.
Yes, no. And they have to work.
They have to work. Oga, data, Umaton, all these things. You need to make sure this is available. Look, I tell you one thing now. Governments want to put the energy of these youths into something meaningful. Nollywood is the direction. Nollywood is the direction. And of course, our music industry,
So entertainment generally.
yeah, entertainment generally. That's the direction. On a typical working day, Monday, Tuesday, put up a concert, and you see how the youth will turn out. And then these days we have phones that enables a lot of things to be done. They edit. I sometimes wonder at my son's dexterity. I see what he does on Instagram. He edits, a lot of clips, yeah. And look at what these skit makers are doing. Look at what Macaroni is doing. Look at what Sabalo is doing. Look at what Keke is doing. They have gone beyond making long films,
Right.
Short
and
and
sharp.
sharp.
And they say the attention span is shorter than it used to be.
So, okay, what I'm sure today you have checked your Instagram.
Oh, most definitely.
So things have gone beyond lengthy films. No, as long as you can make something impressive, educating, and entertaining, you make the money. Mr. Macaroni has shown it. Sabala has shown it. I'm the general has shown it. A lot of them.
And then we see that a lot of mainstream actors are also partnering with
Yeah.
them.
Because they
Because
they're
that's
on the
the
floor
way,
right
yes.
now. They're on the floor.
Look, those days we say, you must be Tampa, you must be this, you
There's
must be
no
that.
anything right now.
Very soon we'll also see the association or maybe social media or something.
Oh, skit makers have sold
They
their own
have.
organization.
Association,
They have.
yes.
So that's the trend.
Okay, Ibuku, any
So we
final question
we
for
cannot
this one?
exhaust
Well,
the
it's
issue
not,
income.
it's not exactly like a final question. Like he said, also on, like we also said, on open access, you know, giving room for vocational training, because we see that these trainings will be effective even in the entertainment industry. Like you said, there's carpentry, there's makeup, there's set design. There's so many things that can be achieved even in the entertainment industry, even partnering with other industries. So it's amazing.
You know what Lagos is doing that amazes me, and they deserve the commendation with their Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. You know, they have actually touched practically, I mean, let me say all, let me say they have touched many segments of the economy.
Okay.
You know, we actually received, my company received some interns, you know, trained by Lagos State Fund by some organizations, you know, a media school. So when they want to do their internship, they send them to us.
Okay.
So, and they do cinematography, editing, you know, and what do they call these motion graphics, you know. So they are creating
many need
hub
to
of employment for the industry.
also. So many need to key into that sector
If
and
other
see
state
how
government can take care.
can do that.
If they can take
Well,
care from
we'll
it.
need to leave this conversation here today. Hopefully, it's not one that can be exhausted, but definitely we would continue to keep track on this. Thank you so much, Mr. Biodun Kupoluyi, for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
All right, we need to say our goodbyes, of course, from you this morning.
All right, so it's another weekend. We're winding down to the weekend. It's already here. So remember, with this discussion, there's so many things you can do. Just think like there's no box, because there's always opportunity out there. If you're unemployed, think of what you can do in this, whether it's entertainment, any sector in society. So please put your brain to good use. There's always something out there that can keep you busy. And so have a beautiful weekend. I am Ibuku Bankole.
That has been our show today and all week long. To the cameraman, the makeup, the audio Bablo, to who again, my producer for the week, to the technical director, who again, Asko, and you shall receive. I think to everybody, and of course to those at the MCR, thank you so much for being at your best this week. We did appreciate you all. And of course to our viewers, you are the most valued viewers that we have. Thank you so much for watching. God willing, 9 a.m. Monday morning will be another time to join the Morning Delight crew. Remember, continue to stay safe.